Good evening and welcome to JSU TV News. I'm Mia Ashley. Candidates in the race for state attorney general aren't pulling any punches. Current Attorney General Jim Hood is accusing challenger Alan Simpson of abusing his power as public safety commissioner. The accusation stems from a 2009 dinner Simpson claims he had with several state representatives at the Pearl River Resort. All of the state reps Simpson listed deny being in attendance, and the total bill was over $400. However, Simpson insists legitimate state business took place. The final resting place of Muammar Gaddafi remains shrouded in mystery. The bodies of the former Libyan dictator and his son were buried in a secret location early Tuesday morning. Gaddafi was killed near his hometown of Sirte last week after a gun battle with rebel forces. Several international groups are calling for an independent investigation into Gaddafi's death. Rescuers in earthquake-ravaged Turkey uncover a miracle. This 2-week-old baby girl was pulled from the rubble of an apartment building along with her mother and grandmother. The baby's mother was pinned next to a sofa inside the flattened building. She was clutching the little girl to her chest when rescuers found them. So far, the 7.2 magnitude earthquake has left over 1,000 people injured and more than 400 dead. Up next, Johnny Kelly will have your 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Mia. We're enjoying some very nice weather across the area. Above average temperatures out there, but fairly nice across the area. But we do have some significant changes coming into play as we head into the latter half of this week with some rain and storms coming in by Thursday and some much colder weather as we head into the weekend. This is our current setup across our area. We have a high pressure area, basically strong high pressure pretty much across the southeast, basically keeping most areas mainly dry and sunny across the area. But and basically with high pressure in the area, basically at the surface and aloft, that's preventing any cloud development across the area, like we're seeing out there over downtown Jackson right now. But as we get into the latter half of this week, though, we will be watching for some changes now. We're starting to see that on our temperature map here as we see that warm bulge of air now moving up into the plains there. 87 over here in Dallas, 81 here in Jackson. We should be around 75, so not too far off, but we do have some colder air coming in, and that's going to come in with this funnel boundary that is now moving in for across the plains here by tomorrow afternoon. You notice that blue over here in Colorado associated with a lot of snow there. First winter storm of the season. And all of this, again, will be associated with some much colder air that will be moving down into our area as we get into the late Thursday time frame here. You can see that surge of colder air coming south. And while we may start off fairly warm on Thursday, the temperatures will begin to fall by later in the day, and that will help suppress most of that warm air we have been experiencing now down to the south. Also, will keep tropical moisture off to the south, and that's associated with Hurricane Rina that we are watching here in the Caribbean. Winds are now up to 110 miles an hour right now, and basically as we get into the Thursday time frame, that front that moves through our area will help turn this hurricane off to the east and basically just keep it away from our area and keep us mainly dry as we get into the weekend. As for tonight, though, we expect a clear, pleasant night ahead. Low of 52 degrees out there, so very pleasant conditions to get out and just take a stroll around campus. As we go into tomorrow, a high of 81 degrees, similar conditions to today, but it will be more cloud cover moving into our area ahead of that funnel boundary I was talking about earlier. 81 degrees, south winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, looking ahead over the next 5 days, you will see that significant change coming in on Thursday with some pretty good rainfall coming in, high of only 75. That rain will be coming in mainly during the afternoon and evening hours on Thursday into Thursday night. You can notice that significant cool down as we get into Friday. Only 59 degrees for a high, lows back down into the 30s. And as we head into the weekend, pleasant weather conditions as temperatures warm back up into the 60s. That has been a look at your Jackson State weather forecast. Now back to you.
After the break, Jeff Walker will bring you the latest in Tiger sports.
And now your JSU sports.
In volleyball, the Lady Tigers are hosting a Think Pink game tonight against the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. The game is in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Lady Tigers have already defeated the Bulldogs in a 5-set thriller 2 weeks ago on the road. A win tonight would tie the school's longest winning streak at 16 games. The JSU's women's soccer team has clinched a spot in the upcoming SWAC tournament. They will be the #1 seed from the SWAC East, getting huge wins against Alcorn and Mississippi Valley last weekend. The Lady Tigers will go on the road for their final 2 games at Grambling and Arkansas Pine Bluff. And finally, the Tiger football team is making huge progress in the national rankings. The Tigers moved up 4 spots to number 19 in the polls despite having an off week. The Tigers' next game will be the inaugural Shreveport Classic, where they'll face Prairie View A&M this Saturday. This has been your JSU Sports Update. Back to you, Mia.
And finally, Jackson State University is now the home of, get this, the 2011 National Yo-Yo Champion. Freshman Harold Owens III, a chemistry major from Indiana, beat out 15 other competitors to take home the title. Watch as Harold shows off his skills in this JSU profile.
Harold Owens III, currently the 2011 National Yo-Yo Champion. I started in 7th grade in study hall, I believe. I had a friend of mine who was kind of just starting off with yo-yo, and I thought it was really cool. So when I didn't have work and the teacher didn't mind, he'd let me and my friend Mitch practice in a corner, and he just started teaching me tricks. In our limited realm of knowledge and exposure to yo-yo around Jackson State, I am supreme yo-yo master, but honestly, if you go to some of these competitions, you are around people that are just amazingly good. Everyone can do something that you can't do. People always ask me, how do you get good? How do you do what you do? I think what made me such a successful competitor is that I've lost a lot. So I think my best advice for being good at anything really, but in my zone, yo-yoing is to just put yourself out there, compete a lot. No matter how you place or how well you do, you'll always leave with something you didn't know already, and then the sum of all that knowledge will add up to be something really amazing one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harold Owens III.
I got my swagger back.
Thank you for watching JSU TV News. I'm Mia Ashley. Have a great evening.